Welcome to the first episode of Vic's Garage. I'm Vic, and obviously this is my garage. I'm starting this YouTube channel because I want to document the progress of my project over here, and I figure this would be a great means to, share it with others and maybe get some help along the way. So under this car cover right now, I have my 1971 Dodge Charger SE with a 440 in it. I've had this car for about 18 years or so. Bought it when I was like 17 or so. It's been sitting probably for the last 10 plus years. Life kind of gets in the way and it just kind of took a back seat. I'm sure many of you other people who have projects like this have experienced similar problems. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm in that position in my life now where I can actually put some serious effort and time into it and do it properly, unlike a lot of the work you do when you're a 17-year-old and you're trying to scrape 2 pennies together. So instead of wasting time, I'm going to back this car up, show you in a bit more detail, and give you a little more background on it. Okay guys, now that I got the car out of the garage, I'll give you a quick tour of what we're starting with. So as you can see, this is my 1971 Charger with a 440. It's got a 8 3/4 rear end with the 391 gears right now, and 727 3-speed automatic transmission. It's a complete car. Body is solid for the most part, from what I can tell. I did have it painted about 15 years ago. It's starting to show all the scratches and little things, but there was no major body work required when it was painted. As you can see, everything's here. It's in decent shape. Pop the trunk. Floors, you can see, pretty solid. There's no holes really. Put the battery in the trunk years ago. Did have, after letting it sit for about 10 years car, there was a little bit of battery leak here, and you can see there's a little bit of work I'll have to do, but for the most part, for its age, it's about as solid, I think, as you'll get. There was if I recall, one spot that required a little bit of body work on the B pillar, a good sized dent. Pop the hood. So you can see 440. I had it rebuilt probably about the same time I got it painted 15 years ago. Right now it's got a comps cam 292501, ceramic coated hooker headers, the Edelbrock aluminum heads. They put the wrong pistons in, so it's about 8-to-1 compression with forged pistons. So yeah, that kind of screwed some of the plans. I didn't really want to go a forced induction kind of route, but now that it's 8-to-1, it's kind of set up for that. So that might be in the works for when I do redo this in this current build. I'm gonna take a look at the build sheet, Fender tag later, decode to see what this car was originally equipped with. The bulge hood, which is nice and pretty hard to find. Take a look at the interior. So everything's complete. It's a little bit of a mess. We've got rally gauges, which are nice with the tack. Oh, and look at this photo from when it was fresh out of the paint shop. Looked pretty good then. But yeah, at least I'm not gonna have to be searching for all this trim and little pieces here and there. It'll make things a lot easier when I've got basically a complete car to work with. So kind of in regards to goals though, I'm thinking of going like a pro touring resto mod kind of build. You know, I want it to handle better. I wanted to have some creature comforts that, you know, weren't there for the time. I don't need the loud exhaust that kind of wears on you as you get older. You know, I want to be able to sit in the car and enjoy it without going deaf. The cage is going to come out. That's another one of those things you do when you're younger because you think you're going to do all this stuff and then doesn't quite get around to it. I never got around to it. But yeah, as you get older again, you don't want to be climbing over a cage every time you get in out of the car. To me, it's a little ridiculous for what I want. So that's going to be coming out. But standard problems for a car this age. The wiring's a mess. It's got to all be redone completely. Suspension is shot. It's like driving a boat when you're on the highway. Just body roll and waves. So I'm going to redo that. I want it, like I said, handle better. Kind of a pro touring thing. Looking to maybe convert it to a manual transmission as well. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent start point. So I'm just going to get this car back inside and we'll take a look at the fender tag, decode it, and see what this car originally came with. Okay guys, I'm back in the house here on the computer. I've gone to my favorite site to do these Mopar fender tags at mymopar.com. They got a really nice fender tag decoder. This particular one's for 1969 to 74 Mopar models, but they also have other ones for other model years, and they offer some decoding services for things like build sheets and stuff. So what I like about this one is they got this nice photo here, and it just basically gives you a quick outline of everything. So it makes it really easy to understand what you're looking at when you're looking at future cars. Now, when you get the information from fender tag, the best way to do it is you go down to these cells down here, and you start working your way from the bottom right. So start with sequence number and work your way backwards. If you start from the top left and work your way down, it just gives you errors. So this way, when you start from the bottom right and work your way back, it'll just decode properly the first time and you won't have any issues. So I've already decoded it. You just hit decode and it spits the information out into this box below. So we can see here for mine, Dodge Charger Corner, 2-door hardtop, which we can obviously tell. 318, 230 horsepower, 2-barrel, 8-cylinder. So like I said, the original motor with this car, I thought was either, I couldn't remember if it was a 6-cylinder or the 318. It's the low power commuter car motor, nothing to write home about, nothing to get excited. 1971 Lynch Road, Michigan. 904 3-speed automatic transmission, which makes sense because that was the small block automatic transmission. The dark bronze poly exterior color is probably one of the worst colors for the era, in my opinion. When I bought the car, it was black, and it looked like it was kind of like almost like a spray paint can paint job over top of the bronze. It was just like quickly done. You can kind of see it through the light when the light hit in certain spots sometimes. So original trim was the vinyl bench seat in the chestnut brown. Again, not a very attractive color. They had the bucket seats in it that were black when I bought it. I had the seats redone though. They're in pretty decent shape now. Dark tan poly interior, and looks like, again, everything was just poorly painted on the inside. They just painted over the original interior parts and they didn't do the best job. So then we got the build date, was built September 5th, and it came with a vinyl white top. It had the trim to the vinyl white top when I bought the car. I had the trim removed when I had it painted and just the holes welded over. I like the look of vinyl tops on some of these cars, but I just don't like the maintenance that typically comes with the vinyl top. So I had no desire to really go back to that. So I probably have the trim pieces stashed somewhere, but yeah, I'm not going back to a vinyl top. So
that's the history for the car. You can see there's already been a fair bit done to it from what it was originally built with in Michigan until what it's got right now.
So there you have it for the first episode of Vic's Garage. Hope you guys enjoyed learning about the car and kind of my brief outline on plans, what I want to do with it. If you did, like and subscribe, throw a comment down below, and hope to see you in the next one. We get into tearing out the interior a bit and inspecting the floors and, you know, make sure everything's solid. Till that time, take it easy.